When the scientist Dr. Wilson visited the emperor penguin colony in 1902, he wanted to collect eggs for research. However, there were no eggs, and the young birds were already quite big. He realized a very surprising fact. The penguins must lay their eggs in the middle of the Antarctic winter. To get an egg, he had to visit the colony in midwinter. However, nobody had ever travelled in the Antarctic at that time of year. The sea was frozen, so travel by ship was impossible. The only possibility was to walk. In midwinter 1911, he started the 108-kilometre journey from the expedition base to the penguin colony. It was a very dangerous project. Wilson took two companions, 28-year-old Navy officer Henry Bowers and 24-year-old volunteer Cherry Garrard. They pulled two 2.75-metre sledges loaded with 343 kilos of food, paraffin and equipment for camping, cooking and scientific research. The team walked south and then east around the volcanoes Mount Erebus and Mount Terror. Sometimes the moon or the aurora lit up the sky, but usually it was completely dark. The sun was far below the horizon. Day and night were the same. They had no torches, just matches and candles. When the planet Jupiter was visible, it helped them to navigate. The first few days were across the frozen sea. The sledges moved easily on the sea ice. When they climbed up onto the polar ice, a strong wind came from the south. The temperature fell to -44 degrees Celsius. Garrard took off his gloves for a few minutes to pull a sledge up an ice cliff. All 10 of his fingers were frostbitten. It took hours to restore his blood circulation. That night, the temperature fell to -49 degrees Celsius. Shivering violently in their sleeping bags, it was hard to sleep. They did not believe they could reach the penguin colony. Dr. Wilson asked the others if they wanted to go back. In part 3, we'll hear what happened next.